YouTube, better check it out, man. I know I missed the last 2 days. No, the last day. The last day. This is what? It's Tuesday. It's Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday. I missed Monday. I had a Hornets video. My tracks messed up. Oh well. You ain't gonna see it. But hey, we got what this is? 12 weird facts you didn't know about Friday After Next. Me and my boy just watched Friday After Next on his stream. I got to see 12 things I didn't know. Let's get into it.
You can get robbed by Santa Claus on Christmas Eve.
Before the lights, the costumes, and the Christmas chaos, nobody trusted this movie. One breakout star walked in with no power and rewrote his own fate. Another almost played the wrong role entirely. Real flies filled a donut shop. A future superstar was still doing security, and one actor never made it to set at all.
A future superstar was still doing security. I know about that one, of course. It was Terry Crews. Sorry, I had to break it to you.
Friday After Next looks like a loud holiday comedy, but behind it is a story of risk, rewrites, lost lives, and accidental greatness. These are the weird.
When they get to Terry Crews part, I'm gonna tell you the story before they even tell you the story.
That explain how it all really happened.
I know the story.
Number 1, Cat Williams made his film debut and fought to remove a assault scene.
I did not know
Friday After Next was Cat Williams' first movie role ever. No small parts, no indie films, no warm-up. Straight into a franchise sequel, playing Money Mike Pimp. And immediately, he had a problem. In the original script, Money Mike got in the bathroom by Terry Crews' character Damon. This was 2002. Williams was a stand-up comedian with zero Hollywood power. He was nobody, and he stood up in front of studios, producers, and Ice Cube and said no. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy, and this comedy involves a and is
hey bro, you the nigga on next Friday and he got
never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. Williams explained years later, think about that position. Your first movie, you're working with Ice Cube. New Line Cinema is writing the check, and you tell them the script is wrong. Risk everything. You say, if you would allow me, allow us to do this. Movie without a black man getting in it, I promise you it will be twice as funny. They changed the scene. Money Mike still gets cornered in the bathroom. Damon still tries to assault him, but instead of being a Money Mike defends himself with a pair of pliers. The scene became darkly comedic instead of dramatic. Williams was right, and his first performance launched a career that's still going strong more than 20 years later.
Why don't you go get me something to drink?
That actually happened to me, bro.
Where is it?
Right there.
Number 2, Ice Cube wrote the script but says money. Mike's role was small until Williams made it bigger. Ice Cube wrote the entire Friday After Next script himself. Solo credit. No co-writer like DJ Pooh on the first film. But here's what Cube admitted in 2024 when all the behind-the-scenes drama came out. Money Mike wasn't supposed to be a big role. The role was written, but he enhanced it. Cube said, Money Mike had a small role, about as big as the Santa Claus role. But when we started filming, he was giving us such magic that we kept expanding his role and giving him more to do because he was on point. That's Hollywood code for we didn't know what we had. Cat Williams showed up and started improvising, started adding layers, started making Money Mike into something bigger than a small supporting character. And Ice Cube, who wrote, produced, and starred in the movie, recognized it was working and rewrote on the fly. So yes, Cube wrote the script. But Williams turned Money Mike from a minor pimp character into one of the most quotable roles in the entire trilogy. That's the difference between a written role and a performed role. Williams took the blueprint and built something nobody anticipated. Number 3, Terry Crews got the role. After working as on-set security,
I was literally going to say that. Buddy was working as security. They just picked him and said, yo, come here, come on. I don't know. I know he was working as security, and they picked him out of the crowd, told him, yo, come do this shit. And that's what he did.
For Ice Cube. Before Friday After Next, Terry Crews was a former NFL player trying to make it as an actor. He'd had small roles, Battle Dome, The Sixth Day, an uncredited bit in Training Day, but nothing that launched a career. So he took work as on-set security for Ice Cube's productions. That's how you survive in LA when the acting jobs aren't coming. You do security. You paint portraits of your teammates. You hustle. Then Ice Cube saw him in Training Day. That one uncredited scene where Crews is standing behind Denzel Washington during the King Kong Ain't Got Shit on Me breakdown. Ice Cube noticed, and when it came time to cast Damon for Friday After Next, Cube personally insisted Crews audition. Crews got the role, played a gay ex-convict who terrorizes Money Mike in the bathroom. It's over the top, it's uncomfortable, it's hilarious in the way only a 2002 comedy could be, and it worked. 2 years later, Cruz starred in White Chick. His performance caught Adam Sandler's attention, who rewrote a role in The Longest Yard specifically to cast him. That led to Idiocracy. Then Everybody Hates Chris. Then Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Then hosting America's Got Talent. All of it traces back to Ice Cube, watching Training Day and thinking, that security guard I hired should be in my movie. Number 4, Marcus Rayboy was a music video director making his feature film debut.
I don't even know who
Director
that is.
Marcus Rayboy spent the entire 1990s directing music videos. Mary J. Blige, Naughty by Nature, Run DMC, Ice Cube. He shot Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life. He worked with everyone in hip-hop, but he'd never directed a feature film. Ice Cube hired him anyway. Their relationship from music videos was strong enough that Cube trusted Rayboy to direct a $10 million comedy sequel. Rayboy's music video background shows up everywhere Friday After Next. The quick cuts, the visual style, the way the strip mall is shot like a stage with characters moving through choreographed chaos. It worked. The film made its budget back, and then some. Critics hated it, but audiences showed up. And Rayboy went on to direct comedy specials for Netflix and HBO, earning Emmy nominations for work with Steve Martin and Martin Short. Friday After Next was his only feature film with Ice Cube, but it proved music video directors could handle narrative comedy. The visual language translated. The instincts worked. Rayboy just needed someone to give him the shot. Ice Cube gave him the shot.
Hey, you guys ready for a tour of property?
Give me a twister. Make it 2. Hold the flag.
Number 5, Holy Moly Donuts used 10,000 real flies and extra air conditioning to keep them alive.
What?
The disgusting fly-infested donut shop in Friday After Next, those were real flies. 10,000 of them. Production designer Jeremy Alter didn't use CGI, didn't use animation. He brought in 10,000 actual flies and released them inside Kantaro Sushi, which the production team had transformed into Holy Moly Donuts. But here's the problem. Flies die quickly in closed spaces, so Alter had to install extra air conditioning.
Who flies die quickly in close spaces? I remember as a kid, bro. Flies are flying into my grandma's house, bro. Dying quickly, bro. We had to go kill them Jones, bro. Like, if you don't even kill the jump, you go chill for like few minutes, few hours. The jump still flying around, and don't even go to sleep, bro. Let one fly in the afternoon, and it post up somewhere in the kitchen and just sit there and fall asleep. The next morning, you hear the jump buzzing in your ear. I'm like, they don't die quickly down here, bro. They don't.
Units to cool the shop down and keep the flies alive long enough to film the scenes. Think about that logistics nightmare. You're managing the temperature of a room to optimize fly survival rates, while Ice Cube and Mike Epps try to act around thousands of insects buzzing in their faces. The real owner of Kantaro Sushi, Tadashi Oguma, shut down his restaurant for an entire month while filmmakers built the set. He and his wife had run the sushi restaurant since 1991. They watched their business get converted into the most disgusting donut shop in cinema history, complete with a giant F health rating and a sign that read, "For God's sake, don't eat here." Oguma's reaction? It was a perfect donut shop. 20 years later, fans still walk into Kantaro Sushi asking if it was the Holy Moly Donuts location. Oguma confirms it was, and if you look closely at the windows, you can still see dead flies stuck between the glass and the signage from filming. Number 6. Rickey Smiley auditioned for money. Mike Butt was cast as Santa Claus instead. Here's a fact created a whole controversy in 2024. Rickey Smiley originally auditioned to play Money Mike, not Santa Claus. Smiley showed up in Los Angeles and auditioned alongside about 200 other black comedians for the role of the pimp. Cat Williams was one of those 200. Ice Cube watched all the auditions, and when he saw Rickey Smiley's take on Money Mike, he made a decision. Rickey did give Money Mike a shot, Ice Cube confirmed years later, but when we saw him and, we kind of saw how he moved and how he was auditioning, we decided that he would be a better, Santa Claus, which was, to me, the perfect casting. So they switched him. Smiley went from auditioning for the flashy pimp role to playing the crack-addicted burglar who steals Christmas presents while dressed as Santa. When Ice Cube saw Cat Williams audition, he knew immediately, that's Money Mike. Smiley himself admitted he couldn't have pulled off Money Mike the way Williams did. I guess when Cat Williams did it, they added the whole pimp twist to that character, which was actually a better decision, and made it funnier, cause ain't no way in hell I could have executed that role like that. Perfect casting means knowing when to switch someone to a different role. Smiley as Santa Claus is legitimately hilarious. Smiley as Money Mike, we'll never know, but probably not as good as Williams. Number 7. They filmed at Carson Plaza for 3 consecutive weeks. Filming at Carson Plaza, the strip mall at 1540 W Carson Saint on the Torrance-D'Olay border, started on Monday, October 22, 2001, first day of principal photography, and they stayed there for 3 straight weeks. 3 weeks is an eternity for a location shoot. Most productions film at a location for a few days, maybe a week tops, then move on. But Carson Plaza appears in over a third of Friday After Next's run, so the production team essentially took over the entire strip mall. The location was perfect. Mid-century Googie architecture with an inclining roofline and cascading rock walls, big enough to shoot wide angles, showing all the fake businesses. Broder's BBQ, Pimps and Hoes, Holy Moly Donuts, Chrome Dome Wheels, Weave It Alone, Toys in the Hood, and most importantly, it was technically in the city of Los Angeles, not Torrance. Why does that matter? Because being in LA proper meant production designer Jeremy Alter could use LAPD officers he already knew for traffic control and security instead of dealing with Torrance PD. Small detail, huge impact on logistics. Most of the existing businesses agreed to close for 3 weeks with compensation. The exception was the liquor store, which wanted an outrageous amount of money to shut down, so they left it open during filming. No scenes took place inside anyway. Director Marcus Rayboy remembers Ice Cube scouting the location with the creative team. We got there, and he was just taking it all in, looking at the sign and looking all around. You could tell he was thinking about what he had scripted, and he could see it all. It really spoke to him. The first 2 Friday films had been huge hits. Ice Cube on set attracted looky-loos, but Rayboy says it wasn't too bad. Though one day, the late Heavy D randomly rolled through. That's the kind of thing that happens when you film at a real strip mall for 3 weeks in LA.
I made a mistake. They just ran in and just jumped on that.
Number 8. Justin Pierce was written into the script but died before filming.
Damn.
Justin Pierce played Roach in Next Friday, Day Day's skateboarding co-worker at the record store. He was funny. He was memorable. And Ice Cube wrote him into Friday After Next to work with Craig and Day Day as a security guard. Then Justin Pierce hanged himself in his room at the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas on July 10th, 2000. He was 25 years old. 2 suicide notes were found, but never released publicly. Friday After Next didn't start filming until October 22nd, 2001, more than a year after Pierce's death. The role he was supposed to play was never recast. They just removed it from the script. This happens sometimes in Hollywood. An actor dies between sequels, and productions have to scramble. Usually they recast. Sometimes they write the character out with a line of dialogue. Friday After Next just quietly removed Roach from the story and moved on. Pierce's death happened 6 months after Next Friday was released. He was in Vegas promoting the video release of the film. His performance in Next Friday was one of his last. His final film, Looking for Leonard, came out in 2002, 2 years after his death. Friday After Next proceeded without him. The security guard role he was supposed to play got absorbed into Craig and Day Day's storyline, and most fans have no idea Justin Pierce was ever supposed to be in the 3rd film at all. Number 9. It's the only Friday film set at Christmas. The first Friday takes place on a regular Friday in South Central. Next Friday happens on another random Friday in the suburbs. But Friday After Next is the only film in the trilogy set during a specific holiday, Christmas Eve. Setting it at Christmas allowed Ice Cube to build the entire plot around a Santa Claus burglar stealing money and presents. It gave the film a ticking clock. They have until the end of Christmas Eve to get the money or face eviction. And it created the perfect excuse for a rent party finale. The Christmas setting also makes Friday After Next weirdly rewatchable during the holidays. It's nobody's idea of a traditional Christmas movie. There's no heartwarming message. Just Craig and Day getting robbed by a crack-addicted Santa and working security at a strip mall with a fly-infested donut shop. But it was released November 22nd, 2002, just in time for Thanksgiving weekend, and became a cult Christmas comedy anyway. People watch it every year alongside Die Hard and Home Alone. The franchise went regular Friday, another regular Friday, Christmas Friday. Then it stopped. Last Friday has been in development hell for over 20 years.
Last Friday's not
Number
coming.
11. Mike Epps called asking to return less than an hour after Chris Tucker declined. Chris Tucker was asked to reprise Smokey for Friday After Next. He said no. Tucker had already turned down Next Friday for religious reasons. He wasn't going to curse and smoke weed on camera anymore. Less than an hour later, Mike Epps called, asking to reprise Day Day. That timing is wild. Tucker turns it down. Word gets out. Epps immediately calls. It's almost like Epps was waiting for confirmation that Tucker wasn't coming back so he could secure his own return. Epps had become the franchise's new co-star after Next Friday, and by Friday After Next, he was essential. The film couldn't exist without Day Day. When Tucker declined, Epps made sure Ice Cube knew he was available, and Ice Cube built the entire third film around Craig and Day Day working security together. Tucker walked away. Epps stepped up. The franchise survived. Number 12. The Shady Palms apartment still exists. Craig and Day Day's apartment was filmed at the Shady Palms, 6950 Kester Avenue in Van Nuys. The building still stands. Fans still visit. The Santa chase scenes were shot at Center Street and West 12th in San Pedro. The moment Santa gets thrown out, the window was filmed at 920 South Center Street in San Pedro. All real locations, all still there. The strip mall at Carson Plaza is still in business. Kantaro Sushi is still serving customers. You can drive to Torrance right now and see every location from the film. Friday After Next didn't build sets for everything. They used real places. And 20 years later, those places have become pilgrimage sites for fans.
Dada, I always wanted Dada. Hell yeah. Extra medium.
Bonus, the DVD has an alternate ending where Santa is a homeless dad. In the theatrical version, Craig and Day Day catch the Santa burglar, beat him up, and get their
alternate ending on YouTube's
stuff back, just as served. But the DVD alternate ending tells a completely different story. Santa Claus is revealed to be a homeless man who was stealing gifts so his children could have a nice Christmas. When Craig, Day Day, and the others try to attack him, Santa's children show up and defend their father. The kids tell everyone to leave their dad alone. They don't need the stolen presents. They'd rather have nothing than see their father get hurt. Craig feels terrible. He realizes Santa wasn't just a crackhead burglar, he was a desperate father trying to give his kids Christmas. So Craig forgives him, lets them keep the presents, and everyone spends Christmas with Santa and his children. It's a completely different tone, heartwarming instead of vengeful. Ice Cube and the studio chose the theatrical ending because it's funnier, but they included the alternate ending on DVD for people who wanted something closer to an actual Christmas message. Most people have never seen it, but it exists. And it's proof that Friday After Next almost became a real Christmas movie. Friday After Next wasn't trying to be important, it just wanted to be funny. But somewhere between the strip mall chaos, the wild performances, and the Christmas Eve robbery, it captured a moment that doesn't exist anymore. A time when studio comedies were loose, risky, imperfect, and powered by personality instead of algorithms. It launched career, ended others too soon, and quietly closed the book on a franchise that meant more than critics ever admitted. Sometimes the messiest movies leave the longest shadows, and this one still does.
Hey man, it's a good video. You've made it to the end. A lot. This video is not going up today, but today is 6:26. It's not going up today. It's going up tomorrow because I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I know it's only 6:40. I'm going to bed. We get at y'all boys on the next one, man.